Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Vertigo Spire for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. This spire in the woods is popular amongst hikers. The local authorities will let you build an amusement park as long as you don't alter the spire. Your objective to achieve a park value of at least 135,000. Okay, not a lot of space. So before we get into it then, when I was first trying to load this up, I was getting an error message. It was missing something called pizza.dat. So I searched for that. I found it over on Any Designs, downloaded it, installed it onto the game, and it worked fine. So I'm going to assume that somewhere along the lines, Terrahank has had a custom stall on his system and he's put the wrong one in. So it's not a big drama. I'll put the link below, just click on that, download it, open it in Classic, and what you'll see is when it loads, then you'll see the green buffer circle instead of the normal black one. And it'll be fine. Okay, so let's have a look what, if anything, that's what we own. Let's turn off scenery a second. That's what we can buy. Okay. Or is it rights? What we've got the rights to. Okay. Let's click on it, see how much. And whoa, that's expensive. Okay, right. So let's see, we are charging for rides. We've got free entry. It does say we can't alter, so let's have a look. Oh, we can't do that. Of course we can't. Right. Let's turn off. Let's turn underground view on. Hide land surface. Hide vertical land. Okay, so we've got an information kiosk there. And then we've got a statue up the top. Okay, so let's see what we've got. We've got chairlift. Don't think so. Good selection of gentle rides. A couple of mouse coasters. So they'll be handy with their tight bends. A twist. No water rides, so we weren't going to use them anyway. And some shops. Okay then, I think let's put research into thrill rides to begin with. And what we'll do is we'll start padding the park out with as many flat rides as we can, maybe inside, maybe on the outside. But I want to try and keep it so it looks nice. We haven't got a high goal, so if we can try and get it to look nice, that'll be great. June, year one, benefiting from that umbrella cash with the rain. We've got a park value of 42,000 and we need 135. So not a huge goal then. And do you know what? I think it looks pretty good considering how tight we're going to have to pack it in. I think I'm not doing a bad job. So we've got a couple of stalls at the start then. We've got the kiosk, which is already there. We've got a Ferris wheel just down there. Let's turn underground view on. We've got a twist underground there. We've got a merry-go-round just this side, some more stalls. I'm trying to keep the pathing neat and tidy. We've got a pirate ship just over there. We've got a spiral slide just down there. Yeah, it's not looking too bad, is it? 268 guests. That's going up, so that's pretty cool. I'm mindful of the paths as well when I'm changing them, so I try to leave room for further expansion. Let's have a look then. We've just researched a launched freefall, so that'll be cool if we can put it in the middle. I don't think we could have it coming out at the top because we can't adjust the land. If we did, I mean, that would just make it really easy because we can just crank it right up. But because ride park value is mainly, there's a lot of factors, but it's mainly based on ride stats. So something like a roto drop or a launch tower set up to maximum is just going to give you crazy high stats. Don't worry about too much about the excitement. The intensity and the nausea alone will send the park value rocketing. Yeah, so I think we'll just carry on as we are and see where it takes us. October, year one, park value of just under 90,000, so about 40,000 to go then. So we've got the launch tower right in the middle. We couldn't go through the top, so since I've already deleted the statue, I just replaced it with some stalls. Then, so it's called In Vertigo, because the spire is called Vertigo Spire, and it's in Vertigo Spire. You get it, I don't have to explain it. So yeah, decent excitement. Intensity nice and high, nausea nice and high, so that's adding some decent value. I've rejigged the paths slightly. And what have we got? There you go. Got a little bit of scenery down there, looking pretty cool. We're researching roller coasters now. Oh, there you go. Mini suspended coaster. That would be cool because we can get some high value off there. Let's have a quick look at what we've already got. We've got those two. I mean, they're good. They'll get us some good high stats. So yeah, I think it's time to crack on with the roller coasters. Let's turn these back on so you can see where we're up to. Yeah, do you know, it's looking good. It's looking good. The only problem I've got is that rating. I'm just worrying the way the paths are, guests are going to get lost and stuck. That's my fear. I mean, we can fix it. It's not too difficult, but I don't want it to look like a mess. April, year 2, and we've got some dramas in the park. My rating has tanked. Guests are getting lost and stuck. They want to go home. They can't find their way out. And look, so then they're complaining about it being overcrowded because they don't know the way. So I've tried my best to keep it looking tidy, given the fact I can't adjust the land, and I want to try and keep it looking good. But I am going to have to resort, I'm afraid, to some ugly pathing just to get like some sort of one-way system where guests, where they are, like this bit per year. This is clearly an issue. So we want to try and get them guests down somehow to the bottom where they'll be able to find their way out. Other than that, though, got Vertigo Mines just there. Nice high stats on that. Problem is, no guests are going on there because they're all stuck elsewhere, which is also giving us a problem with the park value. So the park value's dropped a bit. Now, there is a part of the calculation for park value that takes into account the amount of guests going on rides. So since there's no guests going on rides, it's dropped a bit. So once we solve this problem, should start going back up again. June, year 2, park value 90,000. It's gone up a little bit. It's going to go up a lot more once the stats come back for the wild mouse. It's currently in testing. So see this no entry sign just there in front of the toilet. So that brings guests all the way back down to here, and it funnels them down and brings them back down to the start-ish so they can make their way out. Loads of guests have left, so now the guests that are in are a lot happier, and they're finding their way around. Let's turn everything off a second so we can see what's going on in the inside. So we've got the wild mouse. Well, there you go. Stats come back on that. So value has gone up to 112. So there's a nice 22,000 increase from that. We got a top spin just in there as well. What else have we researched? Yeah, we're not going to be using these. They take up far too much space. So what else? What else? Compact inverted coaster. Possible. Probably not. But there's a possibility we can use it unless anything better comes out. But we haven't got a huge amount to go. We've only got a few months, but we haven't got a huge amount to go. We only need 135,000. We've got 112. So we only need, what's that, about 23,000. We want a little bit more for safety, but we should be fine. October, year 2, just under 150,000. We only needed 135. We tried to keep it as neat, as untidy as possible, but the guests getting lost and stuck, they meant that we had to resort to some ugly pathing. We unlocked a vertical drop coaster, so we've just got this very, very simple design. It's called V for Vertigo. Just that nice high stats on that. So yeah, it just goes up, it drops down, and then it's got the tiniest little bump at the back because it needs 2 drops. So that second one does count as a drop. So yeah, it's the way to get it. To get it over the line. So I've rebuilt a couple of the flat rides just to make sure, because we don't want a sudden drop in value. So some of the easier ones, like the Ferris wheel and the merry-go-round, turned up the number of rotations on that. That'll boost the stats slightly. We could do the same with the top spin and all the others, but yeah, those are just some little tricks that we can do just to make sure that we've passed. This scenario was a bit of a pain. I wanted to try and keep it neat and tidy, but it just wasn't to be. Maybe if we didn't have to landscape so much, if we were allowed to landscape terraform, we might have been able to do a neater job. We did buy up the land around the side as well. I can't remember where is it rights, or is it construction rights, or is it just, doesn't really matter because we're never going to build on the ground anyway. We're only building above it, so regardless, it's the same thing, I suppose. It was very expensive. What was it, £115 a tile? Wow. Almost Halloween then, and we're going to pass it with about 11,000 to spare. Yeah, I could have gone for some more crazy coasters. I could have spammed loads more, but I wanted to try. I was desperate to try and keep it looking tidy. Once we ended up having to go for the ugly par, then I kind of stopped bothering with the scenery. I did some on the stations and things and the queue lines, but with the general par, then I just didn't bother. So there you go. Stew! Awesome sauce. So yeah, this was Vertigo Spire. I mean, it wasn't terrible. It was frustrating. From my point of view, I'm also thinking of it from a video as well perspective. So I don't know how this is going to come across with a video. Hopefully it'll be fun. But I'm not sure. Let me know. Anyway, I've been Stu. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you soon. Bye.